host, Julian Dixon.
Um,
I'm Bean.
And I'm Jason.
Today we're here to talk about the latest happenings in the sports week. Been a lot going on at NFL free agency. Talk about the 49ers. We all 49ers fans, so talk about how free agency impacted them. We also have some big news with the Stephen A. Smith for LeBron James altercation, so we'll also get into that. We're also tackling the NBA playoffs coming off this week.
well, first and foremost, I want to thank all the fans and all the supporters and everybody that like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for the new supporters that subscribe. Let's try to get it to 100, and that's all I want to say for that.
Yeah, we deeply appreciate that. Keep it coming with the support in the comments. Thank you very much. And I also like and subscribe. Comment on this if you haven't. Give us some feedback, and we'll try to get back to any comments or questions that y'all may have. But our first topic today is the NFL free agency. Jason?
There's been a lot going on, a lot of movement going on. So far, the team that's left out in the quarterback mix is the Pittsburgh Steelers. They got two options from what I see. The two options are either Aaron Rodgers or bring back Russell Wilson. That's about all they got going on for them right
In
now.
my opinion, bring back Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I'm not feeling Aaron Rodgers no more.
So what's your thoughts on the NFL free agency, Ben?
I really like it, man. I like the Justin Fields pairing a couple Buckeyes together. I really like that. I actually called my dad.
Yes,
And told somebody at work right before it happened. My thing was I thought I had Justin Fields going to the Jets, Aaron Rodgers to the Steelers, and Russell Wilson to the Raiders. It could still happen, but that's what I think. I told him that before the trade, before the free agency even started. And right after I said that, Justin Fields signed to the Jets.
There is one quarterback in the mix that I don't know what's going on with him, and that's Kirk Cousins. We down here in Georgia, so I don't think most of these Falcon fans want him here no more.
Well, he's been released already,
Yeah,
so
so-
he is a free agent. I could see somebody like the Raiders or somebody picking him up for a 1-year rental to kind of mentor Shador or Cam Ward, whichever one they end up with. But the team that I was really impressed with during this free agency was the Washington Redskins. Washington Commanders. I'm sorry. I'm still on the Redskins. I'm sorry. Washington Commanders. Get Debo Samuels. But the biggest key was getting Larry Tunsil, one of the top left tackles in the game. That's huge. That was huge.
You always got to protect that quarterback, especially on that blind side.
If I'm the Texans, I don't understand that move though. Like the Texans, their big downfall was offensive line.
Yep.
He was all they had.
He was all they had, and now you get rid of that.
So the only thing I can think of is they're trying to,
Cost cut.
Yep, trying to
Because
save some money.
CJ Stroud contract is coming up. So they're trying to get ahead. Same situation
He only 2 years into. How much is a rookie contract?
But after 4 years, he can renegotiate.
You got 2 years, man. You got 2 years for that, man.
But
But the best thing to do is jump ahead. We've seen what happened when you wait to the last
Look
minute.
at Dallas.
That market continues to go up, so you always want to be ahead of the curve than behind the curve.
Because I think next year they could give him an extension.
Yeah.
So like when he's a first round pick, if I'm not mistaken, and anybody in the chat, if I'm wrong, let me know. I think when you draft in the first round, after 3 years you can get your extension. But a person like Brock Purdy and them, they got to play the whole 4 years out. So I think they can start negotiating CJ Stroud contract after next season, after his 3rd year, if I'm not mistaken. So it's kind of like they were trying to get ahead of that. So who do you think is the big winner and the big loser? Just so far, it's only been 2 weeks of free agency, so we still got a long way to go. But through the first 2 weeks, who you got as a big winner?
The biggest loser is, I think, the 49ers. Right now, we lost a bunch of people, and we haven't really gained nobody from that. So, I know free agency isn't over, but as a 49ers fan, I think we lost it. And the biggest winners for the free agency right now, I want to go with the Steelers. I think I do want to go with the Steelers. I think that Darius Slay pickup was a very underrated pickup too. They got DK, even though that was through trade. But
I do like the DK pickup.
Yeah, I like the DK.
Pair him with Pickens.
And then I
Two
think
big, strong receivers out there.
The only bad issue is you got 2 ultimate divas at wide receiver.
oh, I wouldn't say
No,
divas.
they are definitely some divas,
But
but
it's physical.
but the thing about it, and none of that matters if you don't find the right quarterback.
I think Aaron Rodgers is the guy. I think Aaron Rodgers still got something in the tank. I think he's better than Russell Wilson. Put it like that.
I would take Russell Wilson.
I think Aaron Rodgers got more in the tank than Russell Wilson. I'd rather have, if you ask me to pick between the two,
Okay.
it's Russell.
Okay, so my thing is this. Even if you think Aaron Rodgers is better, is he better without the baggage that he's bringing along
Yeah.
with him?
Yes.
You got to think about the baggage that's coming with him.
Yes, I do. I think he's better. I do.
Okay, so if you're the Steelers, and if you go with Aaron Rodgers, just for this year, do you still draft a quarterback? Do you draft a Jackson or Will Howard or something?
You have to draft a quarterback. Whichever route they go, I believe, unless they find a young quarterback somewhere out there. If you're going with Kirk Cousins, Russell Wilson, or Aaron Rodgers, you have to get a young quarterback to be the future.
Okay, well, Jason, who would you say is your biggest winners and biggest losers in free agency?
I mean, I feel like you got to go with
And I know it's
Washington.
still
I feel like you got to go with Washington right now. I like the moves they made. They're ahead of schedule from last year. Nobody expected them to be in the playoff, and they were actually close to beating Philly. So, and then the addition of Debo, the addition of Larry Tunsil. They added, I believe, another center or something like that, and some more secondary help to prolong the ascension of Jake Daniels. So I believe that'd be a good move for them. I like that, what I see with them. And the biggest loser, I'm not gonna go with my 49ers. I believe.
I can do one better than
I do believe we lost a lot of key players, but a lot of those players have been injured a lot, continuously injured.
Don't get too much on that.
Eli Mitchell and all these other people continue to be injured. So just because we don't get a big name, don't mean it's not a good name.
Right.
That's what I want to put out there. Like, a lot of people just so infatuated with a big name player, and if we get plug and play players, they could be good too. So, but I don't really have maybe Dallas. I do like the fact that they picked up a running back from Denver. I do like that pickup for Dallas. I believe he can be a good production for them, but I'm thinking Dallas right now.
And that's why I go with the Dallas Cowboys. I think it's still a lot of needs that they haven't addressed, even along the offensive line. In addition to, you still got to pay Michael Parsons coming up.
Yeah.
They still got Michael Parsons want to break the bank. And I think that at least we're going to get to the 49ers in just a second, but a quick thing, the reason why I don't go us is because we have been developing great young talent.
And we've been doing good through the draft.
But going into that,
actually, before we switch topics, I want to also say another team that's actually been could put as a winner too is the Vikings. The Vikings made a bunch of great moves this offseason too.
But you also want to see where they're gonna go at quarterback.
They said JJ McCarthy. They said
that's what I was gonna say. I would just stick with JJ. Probably I would bring Kirk Cousins back and let him be the backup quarterback to JJ. I'm still starting JJ, but I need a veteran quarterback that's not gonna cause no ruckus. That's not gonna be. I need to start right now. I think Kirk Cousins at the point now where he knows he's not gonna be a starter. No, I think he's everything.
Yeah, he's gonna
where?
He's going to the Raiders and start. They got in Vegas.
Did Raiders already pick up a quarterback?
No, they got Geno. They got Geno.
So Geno's gonna be the starter. Geno's definitely gonna be the starter over Kirk Cousins. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no other options open for Kirk Cousins. The only real place you got is the Giants,
Seattle.
Sam Darnold.
So yeah. So all you really got is the Giants, Cleveland, and Pittsburgh. Them are your only three options. Your only three options at quarterback.
Well, speaking of 49ers, we're all 49ers fans. Bing, what do you think of the first couple of days of free agency for the 49ers? And what are some needs that you think they need to address?
Well, I think I like our two safeties. I want to get a little bit deeper at corner, maybe go out there Asante Samuel.
We just picked up a corner.
Ooh.
From Seattle.
Oh, talk about
Trey Brown.
Yeah, Trey. I don't know too much about him. I want Asante Samuel, and I did want Joey Bosa. I want the Bosa brothers to pair.
I did.
I was hoping we could have got that but hey, it didn't materialize.
But I like Ronaldo Green and Deommodore Lenoir as our corners. I like them too. I think we need like one more.
And the safety.
Like a nickel back.
Yeah, and I like Malik Mustafa. I just don't want to be too young because at the end of the day, it's going to lead to wrong paper.
But the thing is, they have a very good experience. They've been getting a lot of good playing time with all the injuries we've been having. It's almost like they started all last year almost.
Yeah, but I mean, you still, you gonna still have to go through that growing pain. Still gonna be messing up. That's why I want like a vet to be back there, or like a guy that's done it.
I think we still have that back there, and don't forget Fred Warner still
He was running that team. We were world beaters on the defense. So, like, even though we might not have all the same pieces that we have with him, leading the defense, I definitely believe that'll help us out a lot.
So for me with the 49ers, the reason why I didn't have us as a loser is because John Lynch did come out during the combine and say he's not going to overpay for other players. We was decimated by injuries last year, and even really the year before that, we was having a lot of injuries to a lot of key guys too. So they were high priced guys that was, and and the older you get, the more injured that you get. So we can't keep overpaying and pushing back contracts of these older guys that's continuously getting hurt. And especially when we see the progress, and I have a lot of faith in John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan in the draft. Even in the late picks, look, Fred Warner was a 5th round pick. George Kittles was a 5th round pick. Brock Purdy was the last pick in the draft. Bernardo Green was a 3rd round pick. Debo was a 2nd round pick. So all of our late round picks has been panning out. So I have faith in them until I see something otherwise. I have faith that they can continue. So we're doing very well at developing talent. Even at the running back position, like we find the Isaac Arendo, you find the Jordan Mason. We got 12 draft.
Everybody knew who Isaac Arendo was. We put him in the starting lineup. Now everybody know who he is.
We had 12 draft picks this year, and Jordan Mason is a restricted free agent. So anybody that signs him, we get the 2nd round pick from him. So we got tons of draft. We got the most draft picks out of any team in the league.
I don't think the running back position is anything we should be worried about, because I believe we've proven that whoever we put back there in the backfield will be a productive player for us.
And I think Ricky Pearsall came on strong too, so he'll have a full off season to work, because obviously everybody knows the incident where he got shot before training camp, so he missed all the training camp and all that. So that put behind.
My thing is, I want to see how big of an injury that Brandon Ayuk injury was, because if Brandon Ayuk is not coming back 100%, well, he's gonna come back 100%, but if he ain't the same from last year before he got hurt, we might be in some trouble as far as receiver, because I like Juwan Jennings, but do I think he can carry the load for us?
No, I don't think he's a number 1 receiver.
I don't think he's a number 1. I think he's a number 2.
But I think the thing about that, it'd be more of the Kansas City scenario where George Kittle's is the number 1. Just like Kansas City don't really have the wide receiver. And I understand we don't have a Patrick Mahomes, but my point is, Travis Kelce is an all-time great tight end who can still pass as a number 1. The wide receiver don't have to be the number 1.
But the only pushback on that is, I do think Kittles is a great tight end and could play wide receiver. But then if you look at Kittles and Kelce, they're 2 different types of players. Kittles is a do-it-all, where Kelce is just a pure, basically, wide receiver. He's not going to go out there and block. He's not going to get in the backfield and stuff like that. Not saying he can't, but that's not what they use him for. So if we make Kittles our number 1 receiver, I believe that'll hinder us with using him in different ways and run blocking and different things like that. Because then he'd be so focused on receiving and running routes and stuff.
But another guy that was sneaky good for us that y'all forget was Jacob Collins, our wide receiver. He had some big games for us too. So like I said,
I'm not really big on speedsters. I gotta see more. Like, can you
come
up with big catches and big games for us. He came up with some big. My biggest thing, I want us to get another defensive end opposite Nick Bosa. I think we need to get that and start developing a left tackle behind Trevor. Because Dominic Puny was one of the best right tackles in the league. So like he gave up I think 1 sack all season. So we got the right tackle sold up, and Puny was a rookie. You got your left tackle. You still got the one of the greatest left tackles of all time in Trent Williams. So you got them 2 sold up. So it's more like to get a left tackle and man up the inside of that interior line, and then just work on that front 4 with the defense. That's why I wanted Joey Bosa, but from what I read, with Lynch not wanting to overpay, we offered Joey Bosa $10 million.
Right. He signed for 13, wasn't it?
12 and a half. He was not going over that $10 million. Us and the Dolphins offered him, I think we offered him 10 and a half, and the Dolphins offered him like 10, or vice versa, the other. So obviously he take the 1 year, $12.5 million deal. God bless him, whatever. So we've had enough injuries where I don't want to continuously sign injury-prone player to big deals. So do you think the 49ers Super Bowl window has closed?
I don't think it's closed, because we still got talent. And to push back on that, I understand you said we need a left tackle. I also need to find a linebacker next to for one.
Yeah, that too.
Jordan Brown is a big loss.
Yeah,
Oh, we
But I know y'all know. But what do you
Greenlaw
guys
and
know?
Juice. Greenlaw and Juice is the two
Greenlaw,
biggest ones.
but I wouldn't say Juice because you can replace a full. He did a lot of things.
I'm about to say
But
Juice did a lot.
but for us, it's not about him being a fullback. It's about his energy, the heart that he brings.
And you can write him up as a tight end
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
yeah.
he's very versatile.
And sometimes it's not about what you do on the field. It's about your locker room presence too. He brings a lot of umph to that locker room.
Yeah, I wouldn't say our Super Bowl window has closed. I hope it hasn't closed, at least from a fan's sake. But I don't think it's closed just because we still got Brock. I still got faith in him. We still got gonna have a great defense. We still got a top 3 running back in the NFL in my eyes. And I think we got one of the best defensive. We got the best middle linebacker in football. We got one of the best defensive ends in football. I think we'll be good. I just think we need some great coaching, and we need Robert Saleh to return back to that defensive coordinator that he was when he was with us in 2019.
Yeah. Well, right now, D. Winters is slotted to be opposite the other linebacker.
Which is not bad.
Which he wasn't that bad. He had some growing pains, but he was not that bad. So right now, that's who they got opposite. Obviously, he got a lot of experience because he basically had Dre Greenlaw. Jason, do you feel like the 49ers window is closed?
No, I don't feel like it's closed for the fact that I like the pieces we got.
Are you speaking as a fan or?
No. I'm being honest. And plus, you got to also look at our division. Maybe the Rams is probably the only real tough teams in our division that would scare me. I'm not scared of the Cardinals, and I'm not scared of Seattle. Yeah. So first and foremost, you win your division, that automatically puts you in the playoff.
On field.
So exactly. So I don't feel like our window is closed yet.
And see, the reason why I don't feel like it, and I know y'all got 3 49ers fans, so people in the chat that are watching, y'all gonna say, of course we'll say that. But it's kind of like the history. Like, I just got faith in John Lynch's draft and his ability to develop players. Like, they have done a great job of drafting, getting late round picks, late round steals. That's why we was able to afford to let them guys go. I think Greenlaw and Juice would be the two biggest, the two I wish we could have kept. The rest of them I'm not really that pressed about. Like, we knew about Debo. Like, we knew Debo's time was coming, especially as Jawan Jennings has taken off, because I feel like Jawan Jennings passed him up. So we kind of expected that to go. So, but we'll see how it go. We got the draft coming up next month, so it's got 11 draft picks. So we'll see how that go, and hopefully our Niners can get something going and get us going and maybe pick up something, because there's still a lot of big names in free agency still out there that need to be picked up. But now we're about to switch topics, and one of the hottest topics that have been going around is the LeBron James, Stephen A. Smith incident. So for those of you who don't know, Stephen A. Smith, ESPN First Take, he made some comments about Bronny James, about him playing. He came on there and said after Bronny had a really bad showing, Stephen A. was just like, I'm pleading with you as a father, stop doing this. Let your son go to the G League and develop, which he has been playing very, very well in the G League. I think he's averaging like 20 points a game, 5 rebounds, 5 assists in the G League, something around there. So in fairness to Stephen A., he has given him credit for developing in the G League. So LeBron took offense to that and came courtside at the Knicks game and confronted him about that. Do you think Stephen A. LeBron James was in the wrong for what he did?
Okay, so how I feel about the situation, I feel like as far as Stephen A. talking about Bronny on his pod, I feel like he has to do that's his job. You can criticize whatever you want to criticize, but you can't attack LeBron as a father. See, what I thought is that he was saying that like Bronny was just playing bad, and he's just like Bronny was just playing bad basically, and he was like he needed to stay another year, but I didn't know LeBron was mad at the fact that he came at him as a father. Now, if LeBron came at him as a father, then LeBron had every right to do what he did. But if he's coming to him just talk about Bronny the player and saying he should have just stayed in one more year, like I thought, then yes, Stephen A. has a right to talk about that. You can't talk about somebody's fatherhood and think somebody's going to be cool with that, though.
I don't believe he attacked his fatherhood. He talked about everything he said about Bronny James was basketball related. That's it. I feel like if LeBron gonna attack Stephen A., you need to attack everybody in the media world, because everybody and way more people said way more worse things about Bronny than what Stephen A. said. So you take your anger out on the wrong person. Everybody said they believe the only reason why Bronny got that Laker spot was because of LeBron James. Everybody has been saying that from Kendrick Perkins on down, whether it's true or not. I'm not arguing that. So why are you attacking him? And then a few years back, LeBron got into it with a fan. His mom tried to jump to his defense. He told her to sit her down. So you're doing the same thing that you just told your mom not to do when she's coming to your defense as a mother.
I'm talking about like when he was in Cleveland.
Yeah,
that was years ago.
Yeah,
Like,
yes.
like
But the point I'm saying is that when it wasn't okay for her to come to her son, because at the end of the day, that's still her son. You know what I'm saying? And she's coming to his defense, and you told her to sit down. But now you're jumping in another man's face for doing his job. Everybody in the league has been talked about, good and bad. There's nobody in the league who has not had public, press said about them. So and just because that's your son, it don't make it exempt for you either.
So my take on the situation, I think I kind of agree with both of y'all. Like when I be listening to it, like LeBron's, when he talked to Richard Jefferson, he said the issue that he had with Stephen A's comment was, as a father, please stop it, which being said, like you attack him as a father. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm a dad too, and everybody know how I am about my kids. You attack me as a father, that's gonna piss me off. Like don't attack me as a father. I know how I am as a father.
He didn't though.
But by him saying that, LeBron felt like he did. But on the other hand, too, LeBron put the spotlight on his son. Stephen A. Smith is really just doing his job. LeBron was the one who came out and said, my son is better than 70% of the players in the NBA right now. Exactly. LeBron was the one who said, if y'all want me, if y'all, I'm a free agent, I don't care about the money. If you draft my son, you get me. Like LeBron was
LeBron was the one who said, that I'm the one. Let Bronny be his own person. So how can you say let your son be his own person, but then as soon as somebody say something to him, you jumping up to his defense? That's contradicting yourself.
Yes, but I kind of understand that too, because as a father, you gonna want to it's your son at the end of the day. So he's young too. So as a father, that's just like me getting into it, and I tell you to be quiet, but you still gonna jump in and do it anyway. Like just stuff like that. That's the father, bro. Yeah, you can't help that.
But LeBron's been in the game long enough to know how the game is.
But he said with his son.
I understand what you're saying. But that still don't make it right. That's what I'm saying.
Bronny has
game for a long time.
Bronny has no control. But being the saying that Bronny has no control over what his dad say. Yeah. But LeBron owes nothing no better. But the thing about it though is LeBron should have known, because LeVar Ball got the same criticism when he did it.
Yep.
When he came out and said, my son is better than Steph Curry, my son is the best player on the Lakers, and when Lonzo Ball did not perform, they came at LeVar Ball and said the exact same thing. So I think it's more LeBron kind of embarrassed that it didn't work out like he thought it would, that his son was struggling. But it's a success. I'm saying he's not having the success in the actual NBA. Because he's having success in the G League, which is what everybody's saying. The G League is like your college experience. So you having the success there and now. So just let him develop, which is what everybody's saying. But I'm also with you, Jason. Stephen A. Smith not the only person who said that. So if that's the case, you should attack everybody.
Is he going to attack Jaylen Brown?
Is he going
to Jaylen Brown? Jaylen Brown
at courtside. At courtside.
Jaylen Brown saying worse.
He sure did.
Courtside.
I remember that.
Yeah, and we were talking. We always talking about that.
Yep.
And LeBron know about it. So I mean, and that's what I said. We were talking about person, but also what I say is, I think Stephen A. was also wrong for not saying nothing to LeBron's face. Talking about going on first take, talking about I don't want to talk about the situation, and saying.
Well, I understand why he kept it cool on first take. No, hold on first take, because that's a Disney show. You want to be, you want to be quiet.
In person. When LeBron said it in person, talk about something. What I would have said is, you're a horrible father, Brian. No, you would have said that to his face if you.
I didn't take it. That's
what he said. He said it on multiple.
I didn't take it that way on first take.
And I think that's the thing with that, where I lose respect with some of the media members, and start when you backtracking. Right. Like if you say something if you say something disrespectful, you can apologize for being disrespectful if that's not your intention. But if you mean something, say something. Like when he say, "Oh, that wasn't LeBron the basketball player, that was LeBron the father." But it may be. But in my case, I'm Stephen A. the journalist, and I'm talking to you as a journalist. And I'm talking about basketball. Yeah, exactly. He need to get developed. Like if you took it like I just felt like, because Stephen A. obviously is the biggest name in sports
journalism.
In sports journalism, he's the guy. He's the head honcho, and his word has a lot of power. And where you lose credibility is when you backtrack. Instead of just saying, if you took it like I'm telling you as a father, I apologize. But what I said about him not being ready, I stand on that. and I would have left it at that. But I'm not gonna backtrack and try to be like, well, maybe he was right, and I was no, because I feel like at the end of the day, I really don't feel like he said anything wrong. I think he said the same thing. That he said. Now, if he talked about him being a bad kid or
if you attack him personally,
that, like you know what I'm saying, like that's cool. And in fairness to Stephen A. Smith, he always said, I will never go watch Bronny James play because I don't want to judge him because he's a kid. And before we switch subject, the reason why a lot of this is LeBron's fault is because of his mouth, the way he talk about his son. Kanye and Anthony don't go through this. The Boozer twins don't go through this. Elijah Arenas don't go through that. Like, because their fathers just let them play basketball. So
but also, I think they're better than Bronny too, though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying though,
than Bronny.
And that's even more reason why they could put the spotlight on their kids. But they know when you come with that, the criticism is going to come.
Yeah.
Like, I can't say my son is I can't come out and say you're the greatest high school basketball player ever, and when you coming out and average 7 points a game, they gonna look at me like, wait a minute, you said your son was like he look like trash out here.
Right.
So I think that a lot of that he brought that on himself with that. So
what my so another thing that I wanted to ask, speaking of about talking about Brian, is what do you think about this injury that happened in that Celtics game? How do you think this affects the Lakers?
It definitely affects the Lakers.
And what type of way do you think it affects? Well, how far down do you think I will move, or do you think I'll move up? Stay the same.
Well, I believe the Lakers have enough cushion on both sides to where they won't fall too far down, or go too far up. But I think it will do is put more cushion between them and OKC and Denver. Well, that's why I said put more cushion between them. But it could possibly put the matchup people want to see, but I'm sure Lakers probably won't want in the first round, which could be the Lakers and the Warriors in the first round. Because Denver could ascend to that 2 seed, because that's only like one game, half a game difference between them two.
Right.
So if I'm a Laker, I wouldn't want Golden State in the first round. As a fan, I wouldn't mind seeing it because we don't know how many more times we're gonna get this LeBron and Steph Curry matchup, two of the OGs that's still left in the game. So as a fan, I love it.
Well, for me, and everybody know I'm
Don't be biased.
I'm not.
Don't be biased. Be honest.
No, I'm dead serious. The reason why I'm not worried is because we have a guy by the name of Luka Doncic. This is what you bring Luka Doncic in. What I was worried about is the Jackson Hayes, Rui Hachimura, LeBron James. Now you can't overcome all of that. But if we're getting them guys, and LeBron is only out 1, maybe 2 weeks, so it's probably like
that's
5
a
or 6.
big difference.
So it's only like 5 or 6 games.
5 or 6 games is a big difference.
But
Didn't y'all just lose to the Knicks?
Yeah, but we had the whole front court out,
But
and
you got
Dorian
your guy,
Smith.
but you just said you got your guy Luka Doncic.
That's why I said I would if we had all of them guys out. But if we can get the Jackson Hayes back, the Dorian Finney-Smith back, I know we're gonna be out for a while. So if we get them guys back, I feel like Luka can still keep us afloat. We won't drop the local 3rd seed.
I don't agree with that.
We got the tiebreak over Memphis already. We already got the tiebreak over Memphis. We're 1-1 with Denver. At worst, Denver could get the 2 seed. We already got the tiebreak over the Houston Rockets, and we played them again.
I think y'all gonna be behind them. I think y'all gonna drop down to the 4 seed. I think y'all gonna be like I said because y'all gonna lose the next 2 games. Like I said, y'all gonna lose tonight.
They got Denver,
y'all gonna lose, right? Bro, they gotta play
Denver, OKC the next 2 nights.
Nah, they gotta play us tonight.
Okay.
Then they gotta play the
We got Phoenix. We got Phoenix next.
Y'all play the
We got
Nuggets
some
tomorrow.
Phoenix.
Y'all play the Nuggets tomorrow.
I know they got Denver, OKC, then they got something like 3 games, then they got Denver, OKC.
Y'all play the Bucks and then y'all play the Nuggets tomorrow, back to back.
We got Milwaukee tonight because I know Saturday we got the game. Oh, you might be right because we got Phoenix Sunday night.
Right.
Yeah. We got Phoenix Sunday night.
I know you got OKC and Denver back to back.
But even with that, it's still 22 games left. So just say while LeBron we dropped to the 4. We're not going to drop so far where it's impossible for us to catch up when LeBron is out. But LeBron only going to be out probably 5-6 games.
So y'all are the 4 seed right now.
The only problem, put in perspective.
Currently,
Hold on, put in perspective. It's only percentage points. If we win tonight, we'd be up to 2. The only reason why Memphis got the number 2 seed because they played more games. So, but percentage.
But currently, we have to go by what it looked like.
I'm going off what it look, and y'all gonna lose tonight. We all know that. So just saying.
We'll get to them in just a second.
But y'all are the 4 seed right now, and y'all only 2 games in front of Houston. Y'all lose 2 more, which y'all will lose y'all next 2 games without LeBron, I think. And then y'all gotta play. Let me go to y'all. So y'all gotta play the Nuggets tomorrow. So back to back.
Then you got OKC after that, right?
No, they got Phoenix.
Okay, Phoenix.
Then we got the
Hey,
Spurs.
Phoenix play y'all tough. Y'all
Man, stop.
without LeBron, y'all can lose that game.
Yeah.
You have to like why y'all can like hold on, why you without LeBron, y'all can lose that game.
So I don't have a.
Y'all just lost to the
You
Nets.
have
Did you think y'all gonna lose to the Nets?
The reason. See, when you say that, you need to put it in perspective.
I'm putting
We
it in
had 5 players out.
But is Luka? You said Luka's the man, right? Austin Reeves is the all-star,
Did
right?
I not just say what worries me is when the other guy? Did I not say that? I
So
said
now Jackson Hayes is the big integral
Jackson
part to the
Hayes,
team now.
bro,
I guess.
We gave him 17 offensive rebounds.
Bro,
So
he
that's
he
how
only
lost.
averaging like 5 rebounds when he played.
You of all people know is more than just getting rebounds. Jackson Hayes keep a lot of plays alive in his activity, keep things alive. We lost to Brooklyn because we gave him 17 offensive rebounds and lost by 3 points.
Right.
That was the reason why the whole front court was going. But speaking of the Lakers and where we have filed, the NBA playoffs, we got like 20 to 21 games in the NBA playoffs. So we did our Final Four once. Give me your Final Four pick right now. Give me your Eastern Conference and Western Conference Finals and probably your Finals matchup. Unless it's changed from what you had.
It's changed, so my finals for
Who your
the
Eastern
West-
Conference?
Eastern Conference is Milwaukee.
No, Conference Finals and then the Finals.
That's what I'm saying. Milwaukee. I got Milwaukee in the Eastern Conference Finals against. See, seedings matter because if we're the 4 seed, then I got us playing Boston. If we're the 3 seed,
If you force to get Cleveland next round,
huh?
you
Yeah,
get Cleveland.
I know.
next
That's
round.
what I think would be Cleveland. I think we could beat Cleveland. I think we'll get Boston in this Eastern.
You said Milwaukee and Boston.
Yeah, Milwaukee. But
Okay.
if we end up being a 3 seed, then I got us playing Cleveland in the second round in the conference finals. So it's just a matter of so as far as we're the 4 seed right now, so I got us playing Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Okay, real quick, before you go, let me ask you a question. Because we just got done talking about the Lakers. What makes you think the Milwaukee Bucks can make the Eastern Conference Finals
I'm
when
glad
they've
you asked that.
lost to every single team above them in the Eastern Conference
This is why I
Finals?
love doing the podcast, guys, because I built together my my notes and I put things to build up to this.
For this conversation.
For this conversation right here. So
You came with receipts this time.
and the Bucks, these are all the things the Bucks are, and this is why I believe that. I know we haven't been the top team in the East. Come playoff time is a different ball game. We all know that. Y'all all agree with that. We got the best player in the Eastern Conference, which is Giannis. Do y'all agree with that?
Yeah, I think Giannis is the best player in the East.
This guy thinking about it. You don't think who better than Giannis?
I mean, I guess you could say he's the best player, but I think the most dangerous player is Donovan Mitchell.
No, he's not. No,
With
Giannis
that team he got,
Giannis is the most-
I think Giannis is the best player.
he's the most dangerous too. I thought you would
Go
know that I
ahead.
was saying Jason
Go
Tatum.
ahead.
Well, okay. The Bucks are top 10 in field goal percentage. We are top 5 in 3-pointers made a game. Second in 3-point percentage. Top 5 in opponent field goal percentage. We are top 10 in opponent 3-point percentage. We're top 10 in defensive rating.
So why can't
So-
you beat them at the top 10?
What,
then?
because I mean, that's what I'm saying. Come playoff time, it's gonna be a different ball.
At
game.
some point, you
And-
gotta
and-
prove you can win
And
against the top
also,
team.
and also, I'm gonna use your logic because you got to look at the context too. Because when we beat Cleveland, when we lost to Cleveland in 2 games, Giannis did not play none of them 2 games. And at the beginning of the year, we played the New York Knicks twice at the beginning of the year when we didn't have no identity at all. We lost. I remember watching them 2 games, and we looked bad. That's when we were terrible. That's when we started off like 2-7. We were bad. This is a completely different team now, and I know we just lost to the Cavs. But at the end of the day, the Cavs is the best team in the Eastern Conference.
Best team in the NBA.
They're the best team in NBA. And
So that gets to my Final Four pick. Because I think Boston and Cleveland are heads above everybody else in the East. I think they're on a collision course to the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm torn on who I want to pick. I'm liking Cleveland because they just playing at a different level, but I also like Boston's experience, especially come playoff time and when it's time to get down and dirty. Now in the West, it's a little more difficult. I definitely in the West, I definitely got OKC going to the Western Conference Finals, and who I would have them going against. I'm still going to go with Denver. I think we're gonna get the 2 leading MVP candidates in the Western Conference, and I think it's gonna be at the end of the day. I think I'm gonna have to go Boston and OKC in the NBA Finals.
So who's your Western Conference pick, B?
So based off
in finals.
basing this, it was the Lakers, but I think y'all will draw. I don't think y'all gonna beat OKC in the second round. So I'm gonna put OKC, and y'all might be shocked by this pick. I'm gonna go with the Timberwolves in the Western Conference Finals, based off how matchups are aligned.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Minnesota right now in the rankings?
They are the 6th seed. They are.
So
they
where
No, they behind Golden
they're
State.
tied. They're tied for the 6th seed.
They behind
Golden
Golden State.
Well, they're right behind Golden
Yeah.
State.
So they
So I
percentage
just
points.
looked at
So
that.
percentage points.
So if
So right now they're in the playing game, right?
right
they're in the
Minnesota
playing game, but
playing.
I think, but based off the
But they would
schedule,
have the Clippers. That'd be tough. That's a tough.
Yeah.
I think the way Minnesota is built, they're a good defensive team. I think they got a guy that can lead the charge, and I think they can beat a Memphis Grizzlies team. Then I think they can beat a Denver team too. So they've done it before. They can do it again. I think Memphis is a
I
good
think Memphis
matchup for
would be
them.
scary if they
I
got
think
in
they would be
those
scared.
series. I think they'd be scared for OKC. I don't
So,
think they would beat
That's what I'm
OKC,
saying.
but I
Based
think
on
they
the
can, as an AC.
matchups, I think they can definitely go back.
Well, my Eastern Conference team is clearly Cleveland and Boston. I don't think nobody gonna
That's
challenge them.
yeah.
I don't think nobody gonna challenge them.
I think
they
they
gonna.
heads above.
Yeah, I think they gonna steamroll through
You
everybody.
said who?
Cleveland and Boston. I want to go with Boston. I mean, I want to rock with Milwaukee, but I have no faith in Doc Rivers as in the playoffs. Like I have no faith in Doc Rivers in big games.
You have faith in Darvin?
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
That's-
He said, hold on,
man. But look where he at. Who he with? Who he with?
That's
Yeah.
how we gonna win.
But I have no faith in Darvin Ham. I don't think Darvin Ham come through in big games. I mean, Darvin Ham don't either, but I don't think Doc Rivers come through in big games. He chokes a lot, so I have to see it in him. Talent wise, I think Milwaukee do have it because I love the Kyle Kuzma pickup for them. I just don't have faith in Doc Rivers, and I just think Cleveland, especially Cleveland. I think Cleveland and Boston just head and shoulders, and I actually got Cleveland coming out the East. I got Cleveland going to the NBA Finals. My Western Conference Finals picks, I got the OKC Thunder and the Lakers. I do think the Lakers will be a 2 or 3 seed. They won't drop below the 3 seed.
So wait, the last time you didn't have OKC, did you?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I think he not.
No, I was
he had
going
different-
off
Because I kept saying that wasn't nobody showing OKC respect.
I was going off matchup. I was going off the seedings, but I don't think we're going to drop below the 3 seed, so we won't see them in the second round.
Yeah, well,
So now we won't drop. So we see the Denver, but I actually think Denver could get upset in the first round by Minnesota or Golden State. Either one of them two drop to 26 or 7. I think either one of them two can give them a really good matchup. They can also give us a good matchup too. But I'm saying I think they can get Denver a really big shot. And I've seen what Luka can do in the playoffs. But I got the Lakers and the OKC Thunder, and I got the Lakers and the Cavs in the NBA Finals. And I think that's going to be the highest rated finals
that's not
ever.
gonna happen. So
Lakers in Cleveland, so.
Lakers and Boston would be the highest one though.
Yeah,
That
Lakers
would
are-
definitely.
Well, Lakers and Boston might be,
That would definitely,
but
that would
the
definitely
story,
be the one that the fans would want to see.
but the story of LeBron returning home to win the championship for the Lakers, I think that would be huge.
Do you think that'd be over Lakers Boston history though?
No, not
Okay.
you. Right? No, I don't think it'd be that. But I'm just saying that story would be huge too, though. So, real quick before we go and wrap this up, I want to get y'all opinion on the Charles Barkley situation. What he said about
What he
the
said?
media when he say all they talk about is the Lakers and the Golden State Warriors, and how he criticized the media. What do y'all think about that, real quick?
I mean,
The Lakers is a. I do think they need to talk about small market teams more and give them that recognition. I don't think they ever do it, which is why the Lakers is always the hot destination, the hot place to go because a lot of people talk about it. But I mean, it's gonna always be like that because at the end of the day, it's LA.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, you got Steph Curry and Golden State. So the fans want to see the top players, the faces of the NBA in the finals or in talking about them. So I agree with Chuck as far as that, but I also understand why it's not probably going to change.
I just feel like people blowing it out of proportion. He said his opinion. Chuck always talk crazy stuff. Whether you agree, sometimes you will agree, sometimes you won't. Chuck don't say what's on his mind. That's what he do. I don't think it's that big of an issue. I'm with you, Ben. I do think they always talking about the Lakers, but they do the same thing with the Cowboys, who we always say, man, I'm tired of them always talking about the Cowboys, but the difference is at least the Lakers win. Cowboys ain't really winning. But also, those are the popular teams. So they're going to always bring out the popular team, but I don't think it's that big of an issue.
You want to respond to the comments? I I think we had some comments.
You
Didn't? Okay.
Oh, well,
I mean, your Steven was there first, and so you can say something to Steven.
Okay.
Well, my last take on that, real quick, before I let y'all go, I just want to get your opinion on that. I do feel like Chuck was being a hypocrite with that because you got your own platform, you got Inside the NBA. You yourself say, I don't watch bad teams, I don't watch all the games. So if you don't watch all the games, how you expect other people to watch it?
Mm-hmm.
So that was just I just want to get your opinion on that. I just felt like he was being a hypocrite with that because obviously the main thing is he don't like the Lakers, he don't like LeBron James. That's really what this whole thing come down to.
I ain't gonna say he don't like LeBron.
But he don't like the Lakers. But with that though, people got to realize as long as Steph Curry is with the Warriors and the Lakers are the Lakers, and even with the Knicks, they're going to sell his own network, TNT. Perfect example. Why you think the Warriors and the Lakers lead on television with the most games, nationally televised games, because it's all ratings. So I just wanted to get your opinion on that real quick. But everybody that's sharing with us and watching along with us, we thank y'all so much. We didn't see no comments on there, so anytime you're online, you can comment. We'll try to get back with you, but thank you for the support. And as we close off, Jason, y'all got any words for everybody?
I just want to thank everybody for supporting us. Continue to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Share if you haven't shared yet, and like if you haven't liked yet. And continue to bring us good content, comments, and things of that nature, and we will respond to you when we can.
Thank you. Just like what he said, just thank you for everything. Like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you guys know when we go live. And thank you for your support.
Thank y'all. We hope y'all enjoyed our episode. May your family be blessed, your team victorious, and your spirit strong. Stay united in sports and love. Thank y'all so very much. And until next time, thank you.
We out on the Dixon's Playbook.
Right.
You always say it. I don't know if I start hearing